Are you ready to have your website get found by the right people? Are you looking to rank at the top of Google so you get more traffic to your website? Are you ready to learn how to use SEO and content marketing to grow your organic traffic? If so, you are in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the Simple SEO Content Podcast, where I show you how to combine the power of SEO, search engine optimization, and content marketing to build your like, know, and trust factor with your audience, which allows you to get found by the right people and turn those visitors into buyers. No more frustration or confusion, and no more time wasted wondering if you're doing your SEO right. It's time to learn how to use SEO and content marketing to grow your business. Hi, my friends. Welcome back. I am Rachel Linteigen, your host for the Simple SEO Content Podcast, and today we're going to talk about a really important subject, one that I don't know that we talk about often enough in general, but I want to make sure that you understand it and you can start to use it to make very strategic decisions for your business, and that is reporting. So if you've been following here for a while and you've been trying to do SEO on your website, you're trying to do search engine optimization, you want to get more traffic, you want to get more leads, you need to learn how to understand all the numbers so that you know what's working and what's not working so that you can adjust your strategy if necessary to get better results, or you know where to zero down your efforts and really double down because something's working and you want it to work even better. So when we're marketing our businesses, and I'm just going to say marketing for a minute because this is one, while this is an SEO podcast, this is also a marketing topic, and we're going to have a marketing metrics reporting podcast come up in the next week or two as well, because this is really important. When you're marketing your business, you need to understand where your traffic is coming from, where your sales are coming from, where your customers are coming from, because that's the only way that you're truly going to be able to grow. So when we look at SEO, there are a couple things we're going to look at. SEO is our search engine optimization. When we're optimizing for keywords and we're choosing them and we're using them on our websites, the first thing that we're going to want to watch is our keyword rank. So when you first start your SEO, you're going to take what we call a baseline report. That is where you're at today, and it's a snapshot. And I want you to look 12 months back. If your business has been in business for at least 12 months, and you've had a Google Analytics or another analytics tool on your website, I want you to go back and I want you to create a template that includes your total website traffic, your SEO traffic, and I also want you to look at your keyword rank. And we're going to do that at the beginning because we want to know how your performance is growing. What are your trend lines? Are you up? Are you down? Do we have seasonality? There's a bunch that we want to track when we're talking about metrics. So let's talk about your keyword rank. In order to get your keyword ranking, you're going to need to subscribe to a keyword ranking tool where you can track your keyword ranking over time. The way that it works with keyword ranking is the lower the number, the better. So as your number gets smaller, you should start to get traffic to the page that's ranking for that keyword, because the smaller the number is on your keyword rank, the higher it is that your page is showing up in Google search results. So this is really important to understand. So like 1 versus 11, 1 is significantly better than 11 in keyword rank, okay? So smaller is better. You want to rank as high as possible. The higher you rank, the more likely you are to get traffic to that page from that keyword. Now, I want you to look at your keyword rank today for whatever optimization you're doing. So if you've just listened to the episode on what to do if I were just starting out and you're starting to optimize those first few pages of your website and you've chosen the keywords, I want you to put them into your reporting tool, and I want you to get today's baseline number. And the reality is you're probably not going to have a small number. You're probably going to have a very high number. When you first put it in, you probably won't get data for a day or two because it has to go through and do the crawl, and then it'll update and tell you where you're at. If you're not in a position to pay for a paid keyword tool, you can use a tool called Small SEO Tools. You'll just have to manually keep track of it because they don't keep track of it over time. But you can go to Small SEO Tools. You can choose the keyword rank option. You can put in your website and the keywords that you're trying to rank for, and it'll tell you where you're at right now. Don't just go to Google and put the keyword in and see where Google shows you, because Google gives us personalized search results. And so that data is going to be skewed. You go to your website on a regular basis, so your website is going to appear to rank higher for you than for somebody who would be brand new to your business who's not familiar with your website. So don't go to Google to try to figure out where you're ranking. It's not going to work. You need to use a tool. Once you've established your baseline metric, you know where you're starting. I want you to look at it no more than twice a month, no more than every 2 weeks. You only want to make decisions on it once a month. So you really, truly only need to track it once a month. But if you're curious, go ahead and look at it every other week. But you really aren't going to see very fast increases or decreases in most situations. Now, if you happen to go in and you see that maybe you were in position 3 and now you're in position 20, something happened. So now you're going to want to dig in and figure out what happened. Now, if you're in Simple SEO Content with me, just come into the student group, ask your question, let me know what keyword it was, what happened, and we'll dig into it together and figure it out. If you're not, then you can do a couple things. You can go over to a site called Mozcast, Mozcast. It gives us an indication as to how volatile the search results have been recently. So it'll tell if it's sunny, if it's cloudy, if it's stormy, etc., so that you can kind of understand, is this a change that we think that Google is rolling out? Have I potentially been impacted by an algorithm change? Is there a penalty coming? The other thing that you can do is start kind of Googling a little bit just to see, was there an update? Was there something? Don't panic if you see your keyword drop. What I want you to do is check it again in 2 weeks and then check it again at the 60-day mark. Often there's volatility. They'll move, they'll go down, they'll come back up. That's why we don't want to look at them every day, because we can drive ourselves nuts. It's kind of like your bank account or your retirement account, especially when the market's kind of volatile. You don't want to look at your IRA or your 401k every single day. Your search results rankings are kind of the same thing. So you want to look at them no more than twice a month, and really only make decisions if you feel that you need to make a change, only make decisions at that 30-day mark. What you're looking for over time, ideally, if you've chosen the right keyword and it's one that you can rank for and you've optimized following the rules and you've done it the right way, you should start to see your keyword rank move up, meaning your numbers get smaller and smaller and smaller as you get to page 1 or as you get to the top of page 1 on Google. The higher you rank, meaning the smaller your number, the more traffic you should start to see coming to your website from Google, especially going to those pages that are ranking higher at the top of Google's search results. So the next thing you're going to want to look at is your Google Analytics account. And you need to be in GA4. If you still are on UA, Universal Analytics, you need to move. Google is no longer supporting Universal Analytics, and they have not for months now. They stopped supporting it over the summer. So if you still have data coming into your UA account, it is going to stop. Most of my client accounts stopped tracking by September. So make sure that you're on GA4. And what you're going to want to do is to go in and look at your traffic, and you're going to want to see what channels are sending your traffic. And what you're going to want to track, and you're going to want to track each month, is your total website traffic and your SEO traffic, or your organic traffic. Because when you're working on SEO, you want to make sure that it's sending people to the website. So you want to look and see how much of your traffic is coming from SEO. Now, generally, a well-optimized site From an e-commerce perspective, we usually try to see about 30% of the traffic coming from SEO because e-com tends to do a lot more paid. Some of my clients and students, we see 50 or 60 or even 70% of our traffic coming from SEO because we're not as reliant on paid ads as e-com can be. So you want to see that you're getting a good chunk of your traffic. I would aim for at least 30. If you're up in the 50, 60, that is fantastic. So you want to see what percent of your traffic and is that increasing over time? You want to make sure, and we'll talk more about this in the marketing performance podcast episode, but you want to make sure that whatever channels you're working on and you're focusing on, that you're getting results. So if you're doing SEO, but your keywords aren't increasing in rank, or you're doing SEO, but you're not getting more organic traffic, something's not working, my friend. And that's where you've got to figure out what's wrong. If you're in simple SEO content, just come ask me. That's why we have the student Q&A calls and why you have access to them as long as the course is part of my business, because questions come up, questions arise. So once a month, I want you to look at your keyword rank. I want you to look at your total website traffic and your SEO traffic so you know what percentage of traffic is coming from SEO. The other thing I want you to look at from an SEO reporting standpoint will be your website's domain authority. So remember, your domain authority is a score of 1 to 100. 1 is low, 100 is high. So it's the inverse of keyword rank. With keyword, you want a tiny number. With domain authority, you want a bigger number. So your domain authority is an indication of how authoritative Google thinks your website is in a number that's given to us by Moz, which is an SEO tool. So it's not Google giving us a domain authority, it's Moz giving it to us. It is based on 200 different factors that are thought to be very similar to the Google ranking algorithm. The Google ranking algorithm is like McDonald's Big Mac sauce, okay? It is a secret. We don't know exactly what goes into it. We do know from Google the most important things are the quality of our content, so the content that we have, our optimization, and then the authority of our site, which are the links that we're building to our site. Your domain authority helps you to understand how many links you have, how much authority you have. So you want to look and see that you have your domain authority potentially increasing. It's an important thing. Now, domain authority does not increase quickly, but it does increase as you build more links to your website. As more people start to trust your website, it becomes more trustworthy in Google's eyes. So that's what I want you to report on each month. I want you to look at, where do I rank for my most important keywords? And each time you create a new blog post, go ahead and add your keyword to your tracker so you know how you're doing. Then I want you to look at, how is my traffic? And I want you to look at year over year. Is your SEO traffic better now than it was a year ago? Or did you have more SEO traffic last year than you have now? Because if you had more last year and you have less now, you have an issue and you need to figure out what that issue is. Why are you getting less traffic? Because we want to always see an increase. We also want to look at our domain authority and make sure we're tracking that once a month. Is it going up? Is it going down? If it's going up, great. If it's going down, you've probably lost a link or multiple links. So you want to look at that. If you want me to walk you through all of this and really teach you, I do have a full module on this in Simple SEO Content. And we've done some additional bonus student training calls on it. We did a training call on Google Analytics to teach you how to go through the new Google Analytics GA4 because it just changed on us for the first time in about 15 years. I had to learn a new Google Analytics program, and I was not real happy about it. I'm going to be super honest. But if you want to learn how to do this and make it easier, just join me in class. That's what it's here for, you guys. I'm here to help you learn, but I can't teach you everything that I'd like to teach you on the podcast or on the YouTube channel just because it goes further in detail than I can go in 15 or 20 minutes. And I really want you to be able to learn and see how everything works and ask questions. So if you need the SEO Content Quick Start Guide, the free class, all of that is on the website, etchedmarketing.com/freebies. If you're ready to join me in Simple SEO Content, take the free class because that's how you're going to get your invitation to get into there right now. because it's not open for enrollment until January unless you take that free class, and then you'll get the invitation where you can join us right now. If you're ready and you're thinking, I need to do this because I want to be ready to go with my SEO in January and have my plan laid out, then hop on in there, my friends. All right, I'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye for now. That's all for today's episode of the Simple SEO Content Podcast. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you visit my website, etchedmarketing.com, and visit the freebies tab. Right there, you're going to find the SEO Content Quick Start Guide along with the free SEO class. So you'll have everything you need to know to get started with SEO and content marketing. Then do me a favor, if you wouldn't mind, if you would do a rating and a review of this podcast on your favorite platform. That would really help spread the message, and I do greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram at Etched Marketing Academy, and I will see you right back here next week.